Y'all, we got some things we gotta talk about on tonight, y'all. Real quick. Let me see where you're from. Let me know where you're watching from on tonight. Drop it off. Not drop it off, but drop it in the description. I'm so sorry. Not in the description. Drop it in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from tonight. Um, and we'll get started. I know it's a late Friday evening. um, I'm supposed to be in class. My professor gave me permission to be going for 25 minutes. So I'm going to get in and get out. But I told him I want to talk about this. I said, hey, if I can just be absent from class for about 25 minutes. He said, cool. So I want to jump on here and talk to you all about some pretty big news. What's going on, Nakia? From Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's my home, sis. I went to Southview High School in Hope Mills, North Carolina, but Fayetteville is home. Jacksonville, Florida is in the building. Okay, California is in the building. Charleston, South Carolina is in the building. All right. DA is in the building. What's DA? Let me know real quick. Texas is in the building. Okay, Texas. I see you. I see you. I hate having this in the middle of the screen like that. So, what's up, Terry from London? I see you. Man, I see it. All right, Atlanta. Okay. All right, cool, great. Listen, y'all, we're gonna get started so I can get up out of here and bless you all. You all do not forget in today's day and time when it comes to today's economy, now is the best time to be investing into the stock market. I am so proud of you all. This week alone, we have had over 1,000 people sign up for an index fund and sign up to get free stocks. If you are interested in getting free stocks, anywhere from 5 free stocks to 30 free stocks, I want you to visit anthonyoneil.com/moo. I'm going to put that inside the chat section right now. Get up to 30 free stocks today. All right. I'm going to put it inside of the chat so you can get it. I'm so proud of you all, man. I mean, like, seriously, you all are really, really doing this. And so I just want to say, man, I'm proud of you. In today's economy, y'all, the economy is shifting. People are losing their jobs. We want to talk a little bit about that on tonight. But you all are saying, hey, I'm gonna pause. So this is what I've challenged people throughout this month and going into April next month. I've challenged people to, hey, instead of for eating out once this week, once within the next 7 days, I want you to take that money and go open up a Moo account and get you 5 free stocks. If you give them $100, they're going to give you 5 free stocks. If you give them up to $2,000, they're going to give you 30 free stocks on top of the stocks that you do buy. They have an index fund in there. So there's so many different things you can do with Moo. I would say go open up this brokerage account. Look into it. What do you have to lose? Right now is the time to buy when the stocks are on sale, but also right now is the time to start building wealth. All right. Because today we have big, huge news about the student loans. President Trump just announced he wants to move student loans from the Department of Education to the Small Business Administration, the SBA. Let me say this one more time. President Donald Trump wants to move the student loans from the Department of Education to the Small Business Administration, the SBA. This will impact over 40 million Americans who rely on special loan forgiveness and payment programs if Congress approves this executive order. All right. But do not worry, because tonight I'm going to explain to you exactly what this means for you, how your loans might change, and what practical steps you should take right now, tonight, today, this weekend, if you're watching it while we're talking. So, Trump's big plan is moving federal student loans away from the Department of Education. He made this huge announcement yesterday. He did the executive order on yesterday with students sitting, small kids, sitting in chairs while he made this executive order announcement and while he signed the executive order. Today, that's when he announced that, hey, I'm gonna move the student loan program, as far as in the student loan payees, to the SBA. He wants the SBA, the agency known for small business loans, to manage student loans too. Okay, this is something that has never been done, never been seen before, and so I am a little confused about this, because there is a big issue with this. Because at the same time, Donald Trump, I'm sorry, I'm honor the presidency. President Donald Trump made the announcement. The SBA announced they're cutting nearly half of their staff. So think about it. Millions of student loans, millions of student loans, your student loans being transferred to an agency that's downsizing. And as I was doing my research today, and I got to get back to class here, that's why experts are worried about potential issues, confusion, and delays. So, the executive order was signed yesterday. He has already commissioned the lady overseeing the Department of Education to go ahead and start the process. Now, keep in mind, the Department of Education has not been around forever. It was actually started in 1979, 5 years before I was born. So this is not something that has been around since mankind's existence. We didn't have a Department of Education in our grandmother days. We didn't have a Department of Education in my own father and mother days. So is there a strong possibility that a majority Republican Congress will approve this? It's looking like it could be. So I want to break this down for what this means for you. All right, before I do this, do me a favor. I know it's Friday night. About 400 of you all are watching this live. If you can do me a favor, just hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a part of this amazing community, if you're watching the replay, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Because every single week, my team and I, we're uploading brand new stuff to help you out with your personal finances. I'm not a political person. I'm not going to say Trump is wrong. I'm not going to say Trump is right. I'm not going to say Obama's wrong or Obama's right. I'm not putting my political opinions in this. My desire is to take the information that is coming from the White House, from the world, break it down to where you can know what you need to know and help you apply that to your personal finances. From your personal finances, okay, what are the moves that we need to take in our houses to protect our houses? I got 15 minutes and I got to be back in class. I love Virginia Union. Thank you so much, Professor Mike, for letting me to step out to help and educate my people. So do me a favor. I snuck out of class, y'all, to give you all this information. Hit that like button. And man, listen, nearly 60% of you all who follow me now don't even subscribe. So listen, we're on a journey to hitting 1 million. My prayer is that we can hit 1 million E3 community members. E3 simply stands for people who are evolving in abundance, financial freedom, and wellness by July 1st, by my birthday. And if we do that, I'm going to pay off $30,000 worth of debt within my community. And so we're going to give 3 people in my community $10,000 each to go towards their debt. This year for just celebrating. Like, this is not I'm not trying to bribe nobody. This is like, yo, when we hit 1 million, I'm going to celebrate with y'all. All right. So let's talk about this real quick. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a part of the family, and I will see you on the other side of the 1 million. All right. So first, if you work in public service, like teachers, nurses, nonprofits, employees, your public service loan forgiveness, PSLF, I think, could be at risk. That program forgives student loans after 10 years of payments for public workers. So if the SBA takes over, that forgiveness could shrink. That forgiveness could change. Or to be honest with you, which I don't have the answer for that just yet, it could even disappear. All right. And so right now, you need to be looking at the fine print of your loans. I don't have student loans. I don't know what the fine prints are. But right now, you need to pull those up and see, like, hey, what are the fine prints of this loan? If your debt is sold or placed somewhere else, what are the consequences, or what could happen with your loan? All right. So next, let's talk about IDR. Yeah, IDR, income driven repayment plans. These plans may be impacted as well. You see, these programs lower payments based on your income, making loans affordable. Now, under Trump's administration, there's already talk of scaling these programs back, meaning your monthly payment could rise significantly if this executive order is approved by Congress. All right. And finally, other protections like help if your school defrauds you, or loan forgiveness if you become disabled could get lost in the shuffle. Now, here's what I will say, because I don't want to seem like I'm attacking the Republican Party. When Doge was created, man, they accidentally fired people moving quick. Some people got lost in the shuffle. And when they found out that these people were misfired and wrongly fired, they immediately brought them back, issued an apology letter, which still is, here or there. But what I am saying is, if they see that, oh my goodness, we gotta forgive people who are disabled. Like, oh my gosh, you were defrauded. Yes, we need to forgive that. And if it gets shuffled, sooner or later, I do believe that they will fix that. I just want to be honest with that, simply by what we're seeing a little bit when it comes to Doge. Not that Doge has done everything right, not that Doge is doing everything wrong. I'm not a fan of how they're doing things, but I do agree that we do need to stop borrowing money. I'm gonna keep saying that. Some of y'all don't like that, but it is what it is. If our country is going to be better, we got to stop borrowing money. So customer service and advice might also decline, leaving you stuck with less help when you need it most. It's any of this. How are you all feeling right now? Put it in the chat section right now. How are you feeling? Put it in the comments if you're watching a replay. Are you nervous? Are you panicking a little bit? Are you frustrated a little bit? Like, let me know the truth. How are you doing? Man, Cotton said it should disappear. Why should my tax money go to pay off your debt? Whew. Wow. Apologies are irrelevant. Do your due diligence. I mean, well, listen, man, I think it's easier for all of us to say apologies are irrelevant, but I want to be sensitive on how I say this. As a Christian, I desire grace. And it's so funny how we all desire grace, but we don't like giving grace. And we don't like giving grace to people who have hurt us, or we don't like giving grace to people who don't like us. But we want grace from people who we've accidentally hurt, and we want grace. And so for me, man, no, I don't agree with the half of the stuff that's going on. I'm gonna be honest with you. But still, as a Christian, I still got to give grace. If you issue an apology and if it was an honest mistake, man, I got to give grace and move on. Now, if you're doing it over and over and over and over again and over and over and over and over again, you're apologizing. Now we have a different subject. But as a mature black man, Christian man, I can't sit here and say an apology means nothing. Because honestly, an apology could mean everything to certain people. To make a mistake and to not apologize is one of the most arrogant, most selfish things you can do. So y'all, we can't do that. Like we can't sit here and do that, because I've hurt people's feelings accidentally. Hell, I hurt, what was it, just what, last, no, 2 years ago, I hurt America, not America, Africa. I told African people that they live in trees and on branches. Do y'all remember that? I accidentally said something out of my mouth that I did not mean, but because I said it like that, and I was upset with myself. And although I know I didn't mean it, I still had to issue an apology. And you know what? I wanted grace from my brothers and sisters in Africa. And thank God they gave me grace. They still crack jokes on me to this day. But nah, man, we all say and we all do things that intentionally hurt someone. And someone could have said what you said, brother. I don't know if you're a brother or sister. You should have did your due diligence before you made that statement. Man, listen, I was talking fast. It slipped up. I own it. That was a dumb statement for me to say. I said it completely wrong. I issued a straight up apology. I fell on my own sword and I wanted grace. And here's the truth. All of us deserve grace. All of us deserve grace. All of us deserve grace. So listen, I want to say this and then I'm going to let y'all go. With this coming, with this possible executive order being stamped by Congress, here's the very first thing I want to say. Do not panic. Here's what you can do today. Here's number one. First, you can save all your student loan records and payment history. I want you to take screenshots immediately. So if you don't have any paper documents, hear me clearly, y'all. I need y'all to go on to the website, take screenshots of your payment history, take screenshots of your student loan documents as far as in what all the fine print. Take those screenshots and save them because that is a legal binding contract between you and the federal government. So the SBA is still the federal government. So there are going to be some loopholes that you can get around. But if you don't have the documents and if you're not educated yourself and you didn't read over your documents, you're not going to really know what your laws are, what can you do, and what can the federal government do legally. All right. So number one, I need you to get on your portals, get whoever's servicing your loan, get on there, take screenshots, save everything onto a thumb drive or on your actual computer. Do that immediately. Here's second, keep certifying your employment if you're PSLF and recertify income for IDR plans as long as you can. All right. That's number two. I'm just reading the notes. Just reading the notes. Okay. Third, start setting aside extra cash just in case payments go up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would start setting this money. I would start putting an extra $25, $30 away into a high yield savings account. You can click the description and get you a high yield savings account, but just start setting aside a little bit extra money. All right. Just start setting aside hear me clearly. I'm giving y'all practical things to do that I see coming that I believe will help you. Here's the fourth. Try not to take on any new debt. I want you to focus on scholarships. I want you to focus on grants. I want you to focus on cash flowing your way through the rest of school right now and saving money instead. Because we do not know what the future holds. And so finally, I want you to stay connected to trusted sources and organizations fighting for borrowers' rights. So let me say this. I gotta jump back on class. I gotta jump back in class. This is unprecedented times. Loan forgiveness programs and affordable repayment options are seriously at risk. Ordinary people like you and I, ordinary working people, this will hit them the hardest. The potential of issues and confusion is about to be real. I was listening on a radio and they said that states don't even really know what's the future of education, that President Trump has not said clearly what education should look like for the next 4 years. You even have some organizations who are saying if this is approved by Congress, we're suing the federal government. We're suing Donald Trump because If you're taking money away from the federal, if you're taking federal money away from the states, from the school system, this means that people, young kids who require federal income to go to good schools, safe schools, quality schools, are going to lose out on that. And this is something that I'm going to be doing my own research on. Like, is this even legal? Like, can this happen? But no matter what, right now, we have to stay prepared by following the practical steps that I shared. I believe that we're going to have some amazing organizations that are going to be fighting for this. My job is to fight with two things: my financial resources by supporting specific organizations who go and fight from a legislative perspective, who go and fight for our rights. The other way I can fight is to make sure that I'm on the defense side with you all. That while I'm getting this information, while I'm seeing this information hit the news, that I'm giving you not just my opinion, because I don't really believe in just giving my opinion. No, it's giving you my educated research thoughts on, hey, here are the facts. Two, here's how we take these facts and we translate that into our personal lives. It could be, hey, y'all, it's bogus. Don't worry about it. Here are the facts, but it doesn't impact you at home. Two, hey, here are the facts. It can impact you at home. So let's get prepared. Three, here are the facts. This impacts your home. Do this. That's how I can fight. By making sure that my brothers and my sisters who are watching me on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, get sound information from someone who they trust. And this is exactly why I've been back in school. This is exactly why I'm getting my MBA. This is exactly why I went back and finished my bachelor's in finance and banking. Because I wanted to make sure that I knew everything to make sure that I'm giving you all the best sound advice ever. And I'm even thinking about getting my doctorate. 45, 46, calling me Dr. L. But I'm loving this season that we're in, y'all. So listen, I got to jump back on class. Thank you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure before you leave, you guys, please, before you leave, that you hit that subscribe button and that you hit that thumbs up and share this with someone else, because I just gave you all the basics of what's going on. This is the basics of what's happening. So on a Friday night, I'm sure we'll get people to watch it over the weekend and watch it into next week. But I just want to jump on here real quick, give you the practical information of what's going on. That Donald Trump did sign an executive order. He did start the process. I do believe that this is going to be a possible fight in Congress. I've talked to several Republican friends of mine, and they all 100% agree with it. And I'll be honest with you, half of them are not fans of Donald Trump. They're not MAGA individuals. They're Republicans. And they're like, no, I think this will be a good move, because clearly what we're seeing at the federal government is not really helping grades, because 40% of our students can't even read at their own grade level. And so, and Baltimore is one of the cities that's leading in that. And it's so disappointing to me. And so, man, we have a lot to pray on. I'm gonna keep you all updated and abreast as much as I possibly can. Don't forget that if you're on this challenge with us, that if you want to get up to 30 free stocks, visit anthonyoneal.com/moo. It is inside of today's show notes, and it is tagged at the top of your chat if you're watching this live. So y'all, I love you all. God bless you. I got to jump back on class. I'm over by 6 minutes, and I'll see you soon. Peace out. Have a good weekend, y'all.